abilities at once. But wow, very interesting. Yeah, we've got the shuttle. Look, trying to avoid the Scourges. Whoa, very close to two Scourges there. Shuttle actually having to dart away there. We've got the Corsus in the meantime, getting rid of the Scourges. Nice play there by Hera. So he's still got the two shuttles intact. We've got plenty of Scourges out roaming the fields, but that's a lot of danger there for Lucky. If that Protoss shuttle can get a decent drop-off. The thing is that Lucky is very, very painfully aware of that shuttle and what's going on with it. We've got the Templar Archives upgrading Storm now. The other one isn't actually picking anything off, so I'm starting to worry that maybe it was a mistake to get the two Templar Archives at once. But wow, that's an awful lot of Zealots out in the field at the mineral only. Looks like Hera's very interested in taking that mineral only right now. We've got a single Scourge next to it, so he's going to see that. Although not too much that Lucky can do at this point, having only a few Hydralisks back in space. He's had that fourth base down the bottom right up for a long time. Lots of Hydralisks up in the main, getting ready for that Reaver. Here comes the shuttle now. He hasn't got really too many places to drop it off, has he? Just given the large number of Hydralisks there and the sunken colonies. But we'll see in a second. There go the Reavers now. Maybe a decent position for them. He can get some kills. There's a couple of Hydralisks down, but he's had to pick them up again. Just not too confident about dropping the other one off. But he's pulling back again. Here are the Zealots getting to position. So where to now for Hera?
What surprises me here is that Hera has such a supply advantage. You'd expect, basically without a ton of harassment, and with 4 bases, that there would be and I guess having to deal with the harass has just thrown him off a little bit, that the macro of Lucky would be much better, that he'd be at a much higher supply count at this stage, but only at 92 supply out of 134 at this stage, versus 143 out of 162 on the opposite side. So it really feels like APM and just better macro management is working out into Hera's advantage right now, just doing a fantastic job multitasking, throwing them off with these shuttle drops, and also keep in mind, look at the field, and right now we see some white dots pushing out on the mini-map, but just to get a little bit of scouting. But really outside from that, Lucky's been playing in the dark ever since he pulled that Overlord back towards the beginning of the game and to lose it. It looks like we're going to see a Dark Templar drop now in the main here, and we'll see if that shuttle gets picked off. And that shuttle not getting picked off and the Scourge getting taken care of. Really good Scourge control, or I'm sorry, Corsair control to take care of Scourge. Dark Templar just being set there actually now. An Overlord does have speed. It is going to push the upper right-hand corner. It suspects something up there. Doesn't look like it's going to see it, though. In the meantime, we have a couple Scourge checking out the upper right-hand corner. Looks like that Dark Templar is going to get taken care of, though. It looks like in the meantime there's just scouting going on, checking out what's going on, trying to isolate where the additional base is. He knows the mineral only has been taken. He hasn't really secured anything additionally, and right now it just feels like Hera's running away with the game, dropping off some Dark Templar out in the middle of the map. Looks like he's got some Corsair over the secondary just to draw a little bit of attention. Dark Templar running up towards the mineral only. That's probably going to get squashed by the, it looks like there are observers in position, but no, it looks like the Overlord out in position. It is going to be able to get at least 2 kills there, so not completely ineffective. But right now just 122 supply again versus the brutal 170, so approaching max here. And still multitasking at the same time. Very good macro management, I would say, on Hera's part, and I think that's really, if it continues, what's going to win him the game. Although it looks like we're seeing a huge mass across the middle of the map, seeing all sorts of Hydralisks and Lurkers, and wow, just a brunt of Hydralisk, Lurkers, and Zerglings moving towards the middle.
Take a look at the top right, the Dark Templar going crazy with the drones. The drones trying to defend by actually attacking all of the white dots in the middle, streaming back towards it in panic. But the Dark Templar's only got 20 health left, well 17, and 2 points on the shield. It's got +1 weapons upgrade. Not that it matters really. Well, it helps if the drones have got any armor at all, but they don't. So that was a lot of drone kills there. He's got 12 kills in that Dark Templar. And there are no units back in the main. We've got range weapons and melee weapons being upgraded. We've got the Hive going up now, and finally the Hydralisks arrived to defend. But that was almost a little bit sloppy there by Lucky. I mean, he's got tons of lurkers out in the field, tons of Zerglings. He's awaiting the inevitable sort of a max supply push from the Protoss, and I think he neglected to keep even like a couple of Hydralisks back in his base to assist the drones in defending. But now we've got both armies posturing out the middle of the field above the 2 ridges. We've got Zerglings looking around the top, the 12 o'clock, just to see if there's anything there. I think maybe Lucky was hoping that there'll be a Nexus just warping in to catch him off guard, but he timed that a little bit incorrectly. We now have a large protoss force out in the middle of the field, and this is a very well combined protoss force. I really like the composition of this. We've got plenty of High Templars, a nice evenly set combination of Zealots and Dragoons. We've got only the +1 weapons so far, and the Zerglings sweeping around to the top left, actually trying to kill some cannons here. I'm not sure there's going to be enough of them, especially with these Zealots coming in behind to kill the Zerglings before they can do any more damage. I think Lucky really didn't do much damage at all there. We've got the Corsairs out in the middle. I kind of like that move there, keeping the Corsairs out in the center of the map, just so that he can see when Lucky is pushing in with any more units. And now he's taking the 12 o'clock. I really like that. He's actually getting rid of the scouting Zerglings first, then takes the 12 o'clock. And with both sides having their evenly matched sides of the map, I think this favors the Protoss when you're just 50-50 like this. The Zergs in this sort of situation, unless he's got he's only putting out the Defilers and Defilers and Ultralisks now, and big battle coming into the middle of the map. Let's see how this goes. This could be a crucial one.
Oh, beautiful Psystorm there. We also missed a Reaver drop in the background. Didn't end up producing anything. But wow, beautiful Psystorm right there, killing absolutely everything. Observer in position to deal with a lot of these lurkers. It looks like a lot of the Zealots getting taken out. Psystorm now over the back of the lurkers. So I think it looks like Lucky is going to be able to hold this attack off, even with inferior supply. Still a lot of Psystorm with reinforcements, just because he can resupply very, very rapidly here. And as you can see, more reinforcements coming in. He still critically hasn't taken out that Observer though, and it looks like it's just going to be Dragoons left, and so he's going to have to back off. And supply just plummeted from near max down to 139. And on the opposite end, we see that Lucky has resupplied his force. He's now actually near even. So the game's actually a little bit resetting, but it looks like just a lot of the gateways. It looks like Hera still keeping up with his macro. He's still at 143 versus 113, but it's in much better position than just a little while ago, I would say, where it was near 189 versus 116. And we're seeing a counterattack at the 12 o'clock position. Zerglings pushing up there, but there's too many cannons really to get anything done. Looks like the Corsairs in the meantime out in patrol, noticing that there's not a lot of Hydralisks on the ground. I'm not seeing any anti-air at the moment. Looks like there are a couple Hydralisks being produced alongside some Scourge, trying to usher that away. And I think those Corsairs have really been vital. They have not even with a weapons upgrade. More attack happening at the 12 o'clock position. It looks like Zerglings still continuing to crash down. Looks like it's and then the Zerglings still trying to do their job. They're trying to protect. They're just going to try to pick that Nexus off. I don't think they're crack up. They're beautiful Psystorm to protect that Nexus though. Not going to be able to really get anything done, and it looks like just getting completely wiped out. A lot of High Templar in that grouping, as well as that Archon. Absolutely brutal. I'm going to check the weapons upgrades. It looks like we have level 2 weapons versus level 2 spines, level 1 Carapace on the side, so at least a little bit of I would say an advantage in that favor, the fact that level 2 weapons. Level 1 Carapace, I would say I'm going to call that just about a balance out. I could be naive in that. Level 2 weapons, I guess the question is army composition in that case, whether we have the Hydralisks or whether we have something else. And it looks like a couple free hits happening across some Zealots that were moving to the middle of the map. But right now, 137 supply versus 163. Again, it's just kind of resetting, and I still feel like this is really going to Hera's favor. Hera has half the map. Protoss can do a lot just because their units are... I don't know. I think Hera will be able to do a lot more. He's controlled the game up to this stage. I've kind of been waiting for him to do a killing blow, and it's still we have Lucky Psycapped at 163, so at versus 164 and rising the opposite end. Although we do see a very large attack force gathering in the middle of the map.
Yeah, one thing to point out though is that Lucky has he's just finished another set of weapons and armor upgrades, whereas Hera has only just started his next round of weapons and armor. So we're actually still looking at the Zerg. He's slightly ahead in terms of upgrades. He's got his head on armor upgrades. He's about even on weapons upgrades. So that will make a difference if there's a very large fight about to happen, which it does look like there is. In terms of supply cap, the Protoss, yes, he's just ahead, but now we've got the Defilers out, and now we've also got Ultralisk armor finished, and we've got Ultralisk speed halfway done. And with a lot of minerals, if you notice that Hera's actually mined out his main, Lucky hasn't mined out his main. He's still on 5 bases. He's got a lot of gas. His main gas hasn't depleted yet, so he's actually on 4 gas. We've got Ultralisk pouring out now, so this could be close. We've got a fight looking like it's about to break out in the center. Nice plague over a lot of Zealots there, as well as a couple of Archons. Doesn't really matter about the Archons for the plague, but we've got a few. We've got the Lurker Spines pushing out. We've got a nicely positioned Reaver there, just on the ridge, just to threaten against any Zerglings, which will try to push out under the cover of Dark Swarm there. We've got if you take a look at the center, Defiler's eating up a few zerglings now. Just use and consume. There's another Psystorm. Reaver pushing out with the Observer just in front. I kind of feel like Lucky needs to bring in a couple of Scourges or something just to take out that Observer, because he's got the Overlord within range. Nice mover there with the Hydralisk killing the Reaver, but unfortunately he had to take a bit of flak with the Psystorm. And things looking like a bit of a stalemate in the center, but don't forget that Lucky is actually pushed ahead of Hera in terms of supply. We're talking 190 versus 188. It's only 2 points, but that's a big difference, because before he was down about 50 supply nearly, and now he's caught up. So this could be a very, very tight game indeed.
Especially if we're seeing Ultilis being produced at this stage of the game. Yeah, once the Ultilis, I think that's the difference in supply, is Ultilis probably being produced in the background. I haven't gotten a good look at them at this stage. I'm actually kind of curious. Yeah, it looks like they're gathering up towards the main. That brunt of Ultilis, especially against a very highly plagued army out in the middle of the map, could spell absolute doom here. It looks like we did see finally an Observer getting taken out. Didn't actually see what took it out there. But as you can see, a lot of these units, there's just not a lot of health left on any of them. Almost every single one has been plagued at least once. So good positioning by Lucky, and if you start streaming out with a combination plague, it looks like we have a shuttle, 2 shuttles actually in position. But if you see the combination plague and the